Hello, and welcome to the Follow the Moon Challenge. My name is Allison. I will be your host on this journey with the moon. Every day, there will be a video uploaded to YouTube that will help you connect to the moon energy and the zodiac sign that the moon is currently in for the day. This will help you get familiar with that energy and to see how you kind of react to it or respond to it or connect to it. Follow along in your moon journal, or just a regular journal will do, or the Just a Phase Moon Planner, and be sure that you're tracking your mood and your mood tracker for the month. Every video will list the moonrise time in Eastern Standard Time, and it will also list the meridian time, which is when the moon should be directly overhead in the sky, so that you can make a point to try to go outside and see if you can spot the moon and connect to its energy. I'm so excited to go down this moon rabbit hole with you. Thanks for following along on this journey. Be sure to like the video every day and make sure that you're subscribed with the notification bell so that you get notified every time we upload our new videos. Thanks for hanging out with me in Wonderland today. I hope you enjoy today's video. Today is day 20 of the Follow the Moon Challenge, and we have a really interesting day today. I don't think I've ever experienced nearly an entire day of void of course, meaning the moon is transitioning from one sign to the other. The moon started transitioning yesterday in Libra at 1:21 p.m., and it will not finish and it won't officially enter Scorpio until 11:09 p.m. this evening. So we are officially in the void today. The moon will rise at 10:08 p.m. this evening, right before we officially enter Scorpio. And it should be directly overhead around 2:58 a.m. this morning. So this is, again, the time that we really are not seeing the moon in the sky during waking hours. We experience a void of course moon every time the moon transitions from one sign to another, which is every 2.5 days. And the void of course time varies, and I still have not been able to find any research on why some takes a few minutes and some, in this case, is over a day, over 24 hours. So I really have no explanation for what the difference is, but this just feels very significant that it's more than 24 hours. And I also find it's interesting that we also have a leap year. So we're having an extra day at the end of this month. I think it would be even more curious if the moon was void of course on the 29th, tomorrow. But we're getting it on the 28th. So I recently listened to a podcast talking about leap year and why we have it. And it was a really interesting podcast. Shout out to the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. It's their latest episode. There was some really interesting history of why and how it came about that we have leap year every 4 years. And they also go into talking about the quote unquote metaphysical properties of how you can spend leap year day magically. They were looking at leap day as not a real day, a day that stands outside of time, so that anything that you did today would be erased tomorrow. So you could use that day, February 29th, as a day to try something new, or try a different personality, try a new outfit, or just try something that you've been wanting to do for a really long time. And using that, it's not really a day, it doesn't matter, there's no pressure. If it doesn't work out, then it's okay. Using that as kind of this excuse or this way to kind of push you and nudge you into trying something that maybe you've been scared to do. And I think that we could look at a void of course in a very similar way. We're not really in Libra anymore, but we're still not in Scorpio either. We're somewhere in between. And this also made me think of the imagery of the Fool, which is the number 0 in the tarot deck. In The Ultimate Guide to Numerology by Tanya Gabrielle, she states that the number 0 hovers between worlds, between numbers of positive value and numbers of negative value, between the seen and the unseen. It therefore represents a unique power. In fact, if you add 0 to any number, it expands and empowers that number. 3, for example, becomes 30, or 7 magnifies to 70, and the more zeros you add, the bigger the value become. There are infinite possibilities for the beginning of the Fool's journey. It's the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen after you take that leap. 0 is the starting point. It's the beginning. It's the origins. But it's also the ending. 0 in and of itself is never ending. It's infinite. It's both the beginning and the end, the start and the finish. Make sure that you're tracking in your mood tracker how you're feeling today, and note that today is it's void of course all day long. See if you notice the absence of an energy, and see if you notice the transition at 11 o'clock at night when we're moving into Scorpio. And try not to get lost in the void, and try not to put too much pressure on yourself. A lot of people believe that we shouldn't make any big decisions, sign any contracts, or do anything major while the moon is transitioning. And I'm going to be really curious how I'm going to feel. So let me know in the comments how you're feeling at some point today. And we will see you tomorrow for some Scorpio energy.